Welcome back to the Halo Foundry, you sexy arse Spartan. When the Halo Infinite multiplayer trailer dropped back in 2021, people were not ready at all for how wet they're going to be for the Spartan that was shown off at the end of the trailer, where the Yoroi Spartan core was revealed alongside the Kabuto helmet. With it, we got a new take on Halo lore with fractures, which are non-canon splinters in the timeline, with the Yoroi fracture being heavily inspired by Japanese and samurai culture. Regardless of how you feel about the core system overall, you can't deny that how great this entire setup looks, and that it became an instant favourite amongst fans. And with how popular and sensational this core looks, it really comes as no surprise at all that we've got a bunch of merch based on it. Jazwares have released 2 figures, and Mega Construx has also released a plethora of different colours. But back in 2023, Dark Horse entered the ring with the Halo Infinite Spartan Yoroi PVC statue. This statue comes in 2 stunning flavours. We've got the standard edition for $80, which shows off the Yoroi Spartan core drenched in the Scarlet Empress coating with the Kabuto helmet. And then you've got the exclusive edition for $100, which was exclusive to the Xbox Gear Shop with only 2,500 units worldwide. Both statues are 10 inches tall, so that is 5 times the length of my cock hard. They're made out of a PVC plastic. The Gear Shop does say that the exclusive chap is poly resin, but Dark Horse say PVC. What's the difference? I really ain't got a clue, but I'm sure they'll both strangle a turtle to death just the same. The standard edition is equipped with the following items. The helmet is of course, as I said, the Kabuto, but I've got to say I love it when they go back and add new attachments to older helmets. This Oni Mengu looks absolutely amazing. It's also got the Gatekeeper's shoulders, the attachment is a swordsman belt, and the Jade Ron plate for the chest attachment. All of these were available in the Yoroi event pass, so you can get them for free. And if they're not already, hopefully they'll be added to the exchange, but you can get them with Spartan points. Then there's the Scarlet Empress coating, which was in the Scarlet Wave store bundle, and the Shadow Raven knees, which were in the Silent Sentry store bundle. So you'd need to fork out a little bit of cash to get this looking game, but it does look good. This edition comes equipped with the Blue Energy Sword. There's been a varying degree of success when it comes to energy swords over the years. I've never seen one that I thought was truly amazing, but this one here, it's pretty harmless. It's just your basic, ever so slightly transparent blue, with some other blues thrown in there for good measure. And I'm not sure, but it does look a little on the small side. I think it should be like touching the floor just for exaggerated impact, because something about it just doesn't look threatening at all. Maybe it's down to the overall pose of the figure, it's just really basic. The pose that they've got going on here is very similar to the clean cut stance, with a few small differences. For me, it's just a little boring, like they're just standing here in the armour hall waiting for you to hit confirm. Sure, it shows off the figure and armour fantastically in 360 degrees, so for that I give them massive props, but they could have done something a little bit more exciting. If they're going to go for in-game looks and base it on other energy sword stances out there, just imagine how cool this would look with Plasma Edge stance or the Standing Slice stance. At least one of the additions could have mixed things up a little. But despite what I've said in other reviews about how boring it is getting the energy sword with nearly every bloody statue and figure out there, at least here it fits the design. It's samurai inspired, so a sword makes sense. But with all the details and sculpting for the rest of the figure, it is absolutely stunning. It's exactly as it appears in game. Honestly, I don't think there's a detail out of line. Normally with things like this, you get some sort of bizarre difference, or the sculptors who want to put their own stamp on things, which is sometimes completely welcome, but Halo Studios must have handed Dark Horse an in-game file and all they did was hit print. And sure, why not? Why mess with perfection, so thank you. Whenever someone online is wearing a Yoroi helmet, 9 times out of 10 it's Kabuto, and for good reason. It is just a fantastic design, and it's carried over here brilliantly. The paint job is also really nice. Like most statues and figures, there is silver dry brushing all over the thing, but for me it's not done aggressively. It doesn't take away from a single piece, and the painting is just great. They've really nailed all the finer grey details and highlights. The overall red though is a little bit darker than the in-game one. Maybe it was darker and updated later on. I know some coatings have been changed over time, but I really can't remember. It's also a lot more metallic in game as well. Well actually, this figure's not really metallic at all. The only thing that I can't stand with this thing is the black line that runs over the visor. There is an indent there, but they should have just left it completely alone. It would look so much better without it. Other than that, it's a great looking statue, front and back. The bases are same on both editions and they're packed with so much detail. There's pipes, grates, rivets all over the thing. considering the somewhat disappointing bases that we got for both Infinite Chiefs. This is a relief to see. I don't know if it's based on any map, I get Recharge vibes when looking at it. I especially like the part right here where the pipe sinks in. Ooh, it just adds a nice bit of depth. But what makes the exclusive edition stand out is that it comes with a few interchangeable parts. You get 2 helmets, the Tron Mage helmet, which you get from the Tron Mage Armor Store bundle, and the Yokai, which is free from the Yoroi event pass. And then you get 2 weapons to switch out the right hand with, the Bloodblade Energy Sword and the Disruptor. It comes dripping in the Expressive Soul coating, which you can get from the Meditative State Store bundle. But other than that, it's the exact same statue as the standard edition. All the attachments and armour pieces are the same, which I think sucks, just like your mum when rent is due. They could have given us at least different shoulders, you know? I'm not asking for much considering the $20 price difference. It's like they went 50% with the special edition. Different helmets, weapons, coating, and then they just went to bed. But of course, I brought it regardless, because I'm such a mug. But aren't we all suckers for special editions, really? But just like the standard edition, the painting, details and everything is just superb. They've captured everything about the immense detail. The paint again looks great. We can all argue all day about which coating is better between the two, but I think the Expressive Soul gives it that premium edge. The Tron Mage helmet looks really good, especially as it doesn't have the black applied all over the visor. It just looks really nice being left entirely gold. Though I really can't say that I'm a massive fan of the design of the helmet, I think I would have preferred the standard Yoroi helmet instead. Now that would have been real good. But then you get the Yokai helmet, which this thing absolutely slaps. The helmet is like the locust equivalent for the Yoroi fracture. And again, has tons of details all over and it's got the gold highlighting and all the deep parts. It's just fantastic. The Bloodblade Energy Sword is a little pink to me. I think it just needed a few extra drops of red dye to the plastic. Then it'll look perfect. But otherwise it's the same as the standard edition. It's just a little not really exciting. But the real star for this set is the Disruptor. These more obscure weapons don't normally get front and centre compared to the poster boys like the Assault Rifle. So it's real nice that the Disruptor gets some screen time here. Overall, both of these figures are just fantastic. The detail and the capturing of the whole essence of Yoroi core is on point. And the only thing that I would say though is, does the exclusive edition do enough to warrant the exclusive status? Or is it just an overpriced variant they made limited? I think that the Kabuto helmet is far superior, and I'm really happy they didn't lock it to the exclusive edition. And I do think that the red looks better as well on the standard edition. So overall, the standard one is just a better statue. But that's okay, because that's what I like about exclusive editions. It offers an alternative take with a few extra pieces, you know, different colour, so they've really nailed it here for me. But what they should have done to make it perfect is included in the Kabuto helmet as well in the Expressive Soul colours. 3 helmets, or just replace the Tron Mage helmet as well, get rid of that thing. And this way it'll give you a reason to pick up the exclusive edition for the Kabuto helmet over the standard. But with the standard edition having a better helmet and colour, I just don't think you miss out anything really. But then, the exclusive edition, it's all sold out and I brought one, so what the hell do I know about making exclusive editions, you know, I'm just a sucker. So if you want the exclusive edition today, the only place that you can get one is with scummy resellers online. But if you want the standard edition, it's still available here and there with varying degrees of decent prices. Anyway, they just look fantastic together. These are really well done. And at the time I was getting a little concerned that Dark Horse were only making statues of Chief. So with these two they did change things up a little bit. And I really hope one day we get the Mark 7 with the Mark 7 helmet, because that thing is fantastic. Dark Horse have a few more statues coming within the year, and if they're anything like the quality of these two, I think that we're in good hands. But please, for us collectors, stop making limited releases. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review of these fantastic statues. If you did enjoy it, subscribe to the channel. I do reviews and news on all the latest Halo gear. Anyway, did you pick up these statues or give them a miss? Let me know in the comments.